The problem with Google isn't revenue or growth. Google's a victim of our own expectations. Hey everybody, it's Baer with another J Today, where I give you a piece of my mind 3 minutes at a time, coming to you live from my home in Bloomington, Indiana. Today it is the fall foliage edition of the J Today show. Hopefully it's not too rustly back there in the background. I need somebody to get a leaf rake out there pretty quickly. If you know somebody in the leaf business, send them over ASAP. So I was on the Beancast last night, a terrific podcast that Bob Norp runs, and one of the topics was people being down on Google. People saying, hey, Google is in trouble. This is the beginning of the end for Google because they announced their stock results and had, not declining, but slowing growth. That Google's growth has slowed, and that is true. Google grew more slowly in the last quarter and in the last year than they ever have historically, but let's take that a different way. Google's growth was still 17%. 17% growth, and people are freaking out like it's the end of days. Look, here's the problem with Google. It is simply our expectations. When you reach ubiquity, when you are everywhere, by definition, your growth will slow. The growth of people joining Facebook has slowed a lot too. You know why? Because everybody's already on Facebook. Tom Webster taught me that at one point. Like, ubiquity slows growth. You know what that is? It's math. So I don't think Google is in any sort of existential crisis, but let's also recognize that Google's revenue continues to come primarily from advertising. Some enormous percentage, 75, 80%, something like that, comes from pay-per-click advertising and banner advertising. Well, Facebook's growth on that side has been extraordinary over the last 18 months, especially on mobile, and certainly lots of small businesses are starting to take some of their money from their Google account and put it into Facebook advertising. Why? Because Facebook targeting is so much better than Google targeting. I can tell you things about my Facebook audience that you can never tell somebody about their Google audience. So you're going to continue to see that kind of experimentation. And Facebook's new ad platform Atlas is getting ready to roll out, which will allow you to retarget ads across the internet using Facebook, whereas right now Google is one of the only ways that you can do that. So that's going to be a real competitor for Google as well. So I don't think Google is in any real trouble, but certainly Facebook is taking a chunk out of Google's revenue. Does that mean that they're in huge trouble? Absolutely not. I think Google has a huge amount of opportunities on YouTube. You're starting to see them really position their YouTube celebrities as a viable alternative to traditional television advertising, which I find really fascinating. And it seems to me that as the bottom drops out of Google, as small businesses put less money in Google and more in Facebook, what Google is trying to do is put more big dollars, big company dollars, at the top of the funnel on Facebook using large national media buys. So I think Google is in fine shape. They're just changing their revenue mix. Nothing to be alarmed about. This is an expectation problem, not a company problem. Today's Sprout Social Shoutout is for Bob Norp. Mentioned a moment ago, Bob is the host of the Beancast, one of the finest podcasts in all the land. Fantastic for anybody who's in advertising or marketing. You can catch that every Sunday at the Beancast. You should follow Bob in social media. He is a very smart guy and very funny. You can also find out more about his show on my new website launching soon, marketingpodcasts.com. If you haven't signed up to be alerted when the site launches, you should do that. Go to marketingpodcasts.com and sign up right now. This show, the J Today Show, is brought to you by Leaves, also by Sprout Social, a fantastic social media marketing platform that I use for my own social media. And the show is brought to you by Candidio. Candidio helps me make these videos. I just do them on my iPhone, as you can see, and they do all the rest. They make it look better, make it sound better. That's very simple, easy, affordable. Candidio can help you. Until tomorrow, this is Baer from the J Today headquarters in Bloomington. Thanks for watching. See you later.